The Senior Rotax final starting grid looks like this. It is Robbie Rathbone, Championship leader on pole from Curtis Harding. Paul Ozan in third, then Jack Hayes-Roberts second in the championship. He goes off P4. America Spencer, Morris, Stevens, Kinder on used tyres. I'll mention that again. And Jay Pearson rounding out the top 10 from Zach Balker, Mark Gilly, Adam Cerner, Michael Adamczyk and Ewan McQueen starting in 15th place. We're off and running. Is it clean this time? It just about is. Robbie Rathbone making a similar move that Jack Hayes-Roberts made at the start of the previous heat, and that's Michael Adamczyk off on the grass. The 7 kart crashed in turn 2. Will he get it going? Even if he does, there's no championship points if you finish outside the top 10. His name actually doesn't appear in the timing on the left of the screen, just the number. He's the Invisible Man, obviously. Jay Pearson you can make out there in the black and orange colours, very easy to spot. There he is, coming through the S's one more time. Now Robbie Rathbone, he can't actually, the way things sit at the moment, the way things sit with him leading and Jack Hayes-Roberts, he can't win a championship this month. Curtis Harding started pole running P2 currently. He would need Hayes-Roberts to DNF and score no points in this final to win the championship at this round now. That's Callum Kinder following Mark Gilly through the hairpin. Further back in the field, this is battle for 8th place this. So Gilly has it from Kinder, and then in behind them was the blue suit of Troy Spencer. He's an interesting character, not least because he led the championship after a couple of rounds. Then the officials realised he hadn't registered. They took all of his points off him, and even if he'd registered at that point, he couldn't get the championship points back. 10th place in this one so far, but he has been a final winner. We're looking at the leaders as you rejoin us. Jack Hayes-Roberts in third place on track. He's the fastest man on the track, 36.366 currently as he comes through the double apex. That's Rathbone that's leading it from Harding in second. Hayes-Roberts, Ozan. There's Louis Merica there in 5th place. Found a bit of a lonely furrow. Louis Merica well clear of the carts behind. And they include Mackenzie Stevens, Callum Kinder in 7th. Jay Pearson, Zach Balker and Adam Cerner rounding out the top 10 currently as they come up to Hooton Hairpin. We've got a back marker in front. That is in fact the 7 kart of the Invisible Man, Michael Adamczyk. See him in cinemas sometime soon. Jay Pearson there going through the picture, the man from the Isle of Man. This is the battle for the lead again as they come through Wilson S's one more time. Rathbone, Harding, Hayes-Roberts, Ozan. Now Rathbone just wants to finish in front of Jack Hayes-Roberts here today, just to give him an even bigger championship points lead. No dramas. This really shouldn't be any dramas the way things sit currently at the final round, but he can't win it at this round the way things sit. Jack Hayes-Roberts would effectively need him to be wiped out maybe by Curtis Harding or whoever, and for him to go past and Rathbone to DNF in this final and score 0 points. And of course, as we've said before, only the top 10 score points. If you don't score any points, not least when you've already had 2 rounds that you haven't scored at, so they're your 2 drop rounds, you can drop your worst 2 rounds during the season. If you don't score any points, and let's say Rathbone was wiped out here, came outside the top 10, didn't score any points, that would be very interesting indeed, going to the final round. And up the inside is Curtis Harding, contact between them. Oh, and look at Jack Hayes-Roberts, he's loving it, gives it the big one as he comes down the straight. He's happy with that. He'd be even happier if he saw Rathbone off the track. But anyway, he's got the lead, but it's Paul Ozan right in behind him. I did say earlier about Paul Ozan, watch him. If you give him one opportunity, he'll go for it. So Hayes-Roberts from Ozan, Rathbone, Harding. Then comes Merica, Stevens and Callum Kinder. They're battling over 5th, 6th and 7th. Although Merica's got a little bit of a gap, has he? Well, not so much of it. It was a bigger gap earlier on. Here is that battle, 5th, 6th and 7th. And then in behind them, just in the background, was Jay Pearson, Zach Balker and Adam Cerner, battling 8th, 9th and 10th. So, Jack Hayes-Roberts, new race leader. This is going to trim the championship lead for Robbie Rathbone. And it's quite interesting, Jack Hayes-Roberts almost celebrating there as he went past. And he'd have been celebrating even more if he'd have seen Curtis Harding going up the inside and the 2 of them spinning out, no doubt about it. But Hayes Roberts it is that leads it at the moment. That's an extra, 4 points he's clawed back over Robbie Rathbone as things sit at the moment. But of course, if Paul Ozanne goes for the lead and gets it, and Rathbone does finish third, it's only a 2-point advantage. And we know that Robbie had a better grid position, 2-point advantage on the grid, I think it was, for this final as we go into the last lap now. So it would effectively be a 0 difference after this weekend compared to before the weekend. Last lap then, going up to Hooton Hairpin one more time. Jack Hayes Roberts from Paul Ozanne in second. We know, as I've said before, Paul is a high quality performer at national championship level, and give him half a chance, give him a quarter of a chance, he'll go for it. It's going to be interesting. Will he go for it up? He's only going to get a chance here in the final turn. Not sure he's going to go for it. He does go for it. Oh, a little bit of contact between them, and Paul Ozanne gets the lead. And I have to say, side-by-side contact, no damage done, apart from ego maybe, but Paul Ozanne takes the win from Jack Hayes Roberts. Robbie Rathbone second, so they'll end up going out of this round with the same championship points lead, or Robbie Rathbone will anyway, that he had at the start of the round. So Paul Ozanne, officials did look at that incident in the final turn, they were happy. That was pure racing at its best, with Paul Ozanne coming out on top from Jack Hayes Roberts, Robbie Rathbone, Curtis Harding, Louis Merica, Callum Kinder on the old tyres finished 6th in the end. The championship standings now look like this in this class. It's a 17-point lead for Robbie Rathbone, so things would have to go seriously wrong for him at the final round for him not to win the championship, but it's not all over yet.